I guess we can start.
Yeah, sure.
So, hello everybody. Today is a great day because it's the first time in Erudito Podcast when I have actually Erudito Podcast has a first guest in the studio. So congratulations everybody. And so the first guest is really special. He is one of the best guitars players, one of the best singers, and a guy who is engineer. And he is one of us, one of Erudito community. And he is Jeremih.
Wow, it's amazing. Such a good, amazing intro. And thank you for the most exaggerated welcome speech,
Great.
I've heard in a long time.
Did I spell it again? I mean,
yeah,
correct?
It's fine. Yeah, Jeremih. Yeah, that's cool. That's
right.
how it is.
Okay, so how are you?
Pretty good, actually. I'm actually very good. Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you about you and like who are you here? I mean, everybody sees you. Everybody, like students, see you in school.
Yeah.
They're sometimes, at canteens. Sometimes you're playing with kids, but they do not know who are you actually.
So I understand that's probably very confusing for a lot of people because I'm almost in all departments.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm on the ground, and sometimes in the lab. So primarily, I'm an IT teacher here.
Yeah.
I teach IT for 5th and 6th grade.
Okay.
So that's my primary role. However, during my free time, I help other teachers. So that's when you see me moving around the canteen, running around with kids. So, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And so you were like teacher?
I am a teacher, yes. So that's what you call like a teacher / an assistant. Sometimes I could help with stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, and what, I saw you once. You were doing something extracurricular?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I also take extracurricular activities after school.
Yeah.
I teach kids a little bit about music. Mm-hmm. It's more like music theory.
Yeah.
And a little bit about technology.
Yeah.
And a little bit about English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And do you like it? Do you like to be a teacher?
Like computers?
I mean, do you like to be a teacher?
Of course, man. It was a funny story because I never knew that this is something that I would love.
Yeah.
Because when I was in school, I always used to be this kid who used to, help kids learn the questions before the exams.
Yeah.
And all my friends were like, bro, you're so good at explaining stuff,
Okay.
But I never knew that I would be a teacher. I never knew that I could be a teacher until I became one.
Okay.
And then I kind of figured out that it's something I like.
Yeah, and that's cool. Okay, and I mean, what can I ask is just why kids? You said, you were like, you're good at explaining, but why primary school?
It's actually a good question because, I grew up in a family with a lot of cousins. So we had a huge mansion, and I had 7 or 8 cousins, and I'm the eldest in my family.
Yeah.
So every time when I used to be home, I used to be taking care of all my cousins, all the way till they were like toddlers. So I was very good at babysitting.
Yeah.
I think that kind of like just got into me to some point. A lot of people don't have patience when it comes to kids, but I happen to have a lot of patience. So I think kids are very natural for me.
Yeah.
And also when I was, and also during Sundays, I take Sunday school for children in church.
Oh,
so I kind of grew up with that role of being a teacher already. So it just naturally happened. It's so easy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And would you like to have your own kids?
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. I would love to have like 6 or 7 kids. I love a big family, man.
Okay, so let's go on. And now I want you to ask one just random question because this podcast is for like getting to know each other. Yeah, get to know each other better in a whole school. Mm-hmm. So what do you think of Donald Trump? You're American, yes? Where are you from?
Yes.
First of all, where are you from?
First of all, that's I think that should be the first question because a lot of people are just super confused about that too. So I was born in India.
Yeah.
But I moved to California when I was very little, like 2 years old. So I grew up entirely in California, San Jose, and I moved around to Palm Springs, Fresno, Los Angeles, a lot of other cities in California. So I spent my entire childhood until I reached 16 or 17 in California, and then I came back to India to pursue my bachelor's. So citizenship-wise, I'm what you would call as a dual citizen. I have 2 passports. I have an Indian passport and an American passport. So America has this facility, or not a facility, that this option that you could have 2 passports. So I'm equally an Indian citizen and an American citizen at the same time. So coming about Trump, it's a political question, but I love Trump actually. Trump is my president because Trump is savage, bro. Why wouldn't you love him? Trump is savage, man. Trump is. If you would ask Trump the same question, he would just tell you like, "What a stupid question," you know? So,
and what's for you? Like, what was his best achievement?
I think his his ideology is very conservative. I'm not against liberalists, or I'm not just against the whole movement, but I prefer seeing a country with more conservative values. Just your strong family values and stuff like that. And I think Trump really holds on to that. And Trump doesn't care about anybody when it comes to decisions. He's not like, if he knows it's right and if he thinks that this is how it should be, he stands up for it. And I really respect someone like that. That's amazing. And also I love his hair. You can't deny it.
So I guess now let's just jump back a bit into the past. So I've already actually asked you where you're from, and how did you come to Lithuania? I mean, why Lithuania? You could, I don't know, go to Germany or
this is
somewhere
else.
This
is not the first time, man. It's probably, I don't know, the 100th time someone's asked me this question. I would say Lithuania is actually a very beautiful country. It's a very amazing country, and I've never felt like kind of rejected or disappointed, never, in this country. I always felt happy. Because, so first of all, I came here as a student. I studied in KTU, Kaunas Technical University. So before that, I was applying for universities throughout Europe. Of course, I had universities in Germany and everything. Actually, cleared a couple of exams and I got into a few of the universities. But for some reason, I wanted to select Lithuania. Because I felt like something is different, but something is good, Because I knew kind of like German universities are like super over exaggerated. It's like it's not that good. So my friend was like, I know a friend, he said he went to Lithuania, but he was in Vilnius. He said it's a pretty good country to go to. And I was like, okay. I was looking on Google, what's about Lithuania? And then, I mean, it sounds a bit funny, but yeah, man, I just was looking at and I happened to see the girls in Lithuania.
That's amazing.
And then I was like, German girls are not so good.
Oh, cool.
So that was one of the strong influences as to why I came here.
I'm listening, and you said about that you have never felt rejected here.
Never once.
And that's pretty strange.
It is pretty strange.
Like, Lithuanian people are really closed.
I know. It's just, I think people need to break out of that shell or cage, of thinking that Lithuania is not a good country. No, man, it's an amazing country. People ask me, you're from California, why did you come here? I would never compare California and Lithuania because they all have different pasts, different histories, and different level of growth. It's stupid to compare America to a European country. It's different. I respect that. And also, I see Lithuania as a very beautiful country with a lot of opportunities. And I think my life and my career reflects that. Because when I came here, all my friends were like, bro, it's super hard to get a job here. This country sucks. And I was like, nah, man, you can get a job. In fact, I got a job away from my stream of study. It shows that it is possible if you really put your heart to it.
And and let's go to the school life. That's how actually was you studied it at California. And how was it? I mean,
primarily it was.
Was it? I'm sorry, but was it like from these the
movies?
Movies?
Almost exactly, if not the same. It was almost the same. I think the movies portray what happens in real life. So there was a lot of bullying. There was a lot of especially when you're an immigrant and when you're a person of color, it's kind of hard. But I guess it teaches you a lot of life lessons. That's why I have a lot of respect for people. I'm also very patient with people because I've been in a very rough situation all the time, being bullied and stuff. But I made a lot of good friends. I have a lot of good friends from California.
Yeah.
It's an amazing experience. The school it's fun.
Yeah.
You can bring so many stuff to school. Like you can bring your guns, you can bring your skateboards. You can walk out of class anytime you want, but back then we didn't have any computers. Like you couldn't bring your laptops or your MacBooks. So
just your iPod.
It was just you could only bring your notebook.
Okay.
And only had doodles in my book all the time. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And who were you in school? Like were you more that nerd who's like always first in the class, always ready for the answer, always always knows the answer, or more that bad guy, that villain,
Actually, I'm a combination of both. I was a nerd and a bad kid.
Yeah.
So I used to bully the kids who never studied. I used to be a nerd. So I was always getting into trouble. I spent most of the time in the principal's office than in the classroom. But the principal would just let me go because I was the smartest kid in my standard. So I was a mixture of both, which is not something you get often, because I loved science when I was very little. I found knowledge very fascinating, and I really wanted to study more. But I also hated the attitude that only, let's say, cool. If you're a cool kid, you have to be dumb, or if you're a nerd, you cannot be a cool kid. I was like, nah, bro, we don't do that. We are a cool kid and a nerd.
Okay. So then again, it's quite strange that you like knowledge, but you're a teacher. I mean, you work with kids. That's interesting.
My life is a mystery, I would say. I'm still trying to unbox the different layers of it.
Yeah. And do you have any stories from your bad guy's life?
Oh, there are a lot.
In school.
So there used to be this one shop called 7-Eleven. It's more like Circle K.
Yeah.
So that's where you go and buy cigarettes.
So
I discovered this amazing program called Photoshop when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And so when you're so the legal age to buy cigarettes.
So sorry, how old were you?
Am I now?
No.
Or back then?
Yeah. 5th grade.
5th grade is probably
12.
I think 12 or 11 years old.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And so the legal age to buy cigarettes or alcohol is 21 in America, which is a long way to go. But you kind of figure your way around. So I remember one time I took my grandma's ID card.
Yeah.
And I just went and edited the details of it.
Yeah.
On Facebook, and I took my grandma's driving license. Not a driving license. The social security card.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's your student ID, whatever. I took it and I put my picture in it and I edited the name and everything. It's pretty cool. It's pretty legit. So there was a shop from which you can get it printed, like a legit one. Everything was cool, perfect. And then I go to the shop and I was like, just with all confidence and I would like to have a packet of Marlboro. They were like, can I see your ID, please? And I couldn't even. I was super short. That even my head was not above the counter. I was that short.
Okay.
So I gave him my ID. It's slammed it on the bench. I was like, here you go.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, it says you were born in 1973. I was like, yeah. I was like, and he was like, 1973, yeah. And I was like, of course, bro. What are you saying? And then you know how old you are now? And I was like, whatever the date it says. And he was like, so the guy was pretty cool. He just let us walk out. But then I realized I was pretty terrible at math at the time. Yeah. So technically I would have been, I would have been 40 years old according to the ID card. But that guy just let us walk. So I was lucky to get away.
That's amazing. I mean,
to edit the age. I forgot to edit the year,
Those were the days.
Those were the days, man. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, and what do you miss the most from the school?
From my school life?
Yeah.
I just miss school in general.
You like to study?
I love studying. Okay. I also love the idea of school. Just going and just meeting your friends. It's because now I'm a teacher, kind of happy that I'm still a part of school life. Yeah. But when I was, it was when I was a student before that, when I was also working. that was the time when I really missed my school life, like missed my friends, having fun. When I was in school felt like hell.
Yeah.
I was like, can't wait to go home. But then when I look back, man, I would do anything to get those days back. Yeah. It was such an amazing time. It's just the memories, the songs, the fun times you had. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Just something, I would always cherish in my heart.
Are you still like friends or?
I am friends with
teachers, but I mean with teachers.
With my teachers?
Yeah, like do you still have friendship?
My teachers from school. I kind of. The answer is no. Yeah. Because a lot of my teachers back in school were actually pretty old at that time.
Oh, okay.
So probably they're dead or they don't have social media. But and also I moved, into different. I moved back to India, so I kind of lost contact. Oh. But I do have all my principals' numbers still.
Okay.
Because you spend a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now I guess I'll ask you. So my question now will be how to choose what you want to do. Mm-hmm. So, time was going on. And came time when you needed to choose subjects. You needed to go somewhere, to choose a direction.
Choose a path,
Yeah, and like what's then? What did you? I mean, how did you understand that you want to go to
this particular path?
Yeah.
Okay, so I studied. When I finished school, I had no idea what to do.
Yeah.
Just like almost every school kid.
Yeah, of course.
And there was a huge pressure as to, you need to know what you're supposed to do. Yeah. It's not true.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because there are a lot of kids in my school who already knew what they were going to be. But when I was little, I'll tell you a story of how things changed. When I was little, when I was like second grade, I wanted to be Spider-Man.
Okay.
If I wanted to pursue that would be very stupid. And when I got to 5th grade, I wanted to be a pilot for some reason. I really loved airplanes, and I wanted to just be that bird in the sky.
Yeah.
And the idea stuck along for a long time until high school, and I really was keen on pursuing aeronautics. Yeah. I wanted to be a pilot, but then I kind of discovered that you need to have a lot of knowledge about the physics and stuff, and I was like, nah, bro, it's not gonna work. So rather, I wanted to choose electronics.
Okay.
Because at that time it was the time when Google and all these let's say social media and all these electronic companies were booming.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna study electronics, even though I didn't have any.
Okay, electronics.
Yeah. So I chose to pursue electronics, which actually includes IT and a little bit of the electronic equipments and stuff. Even though I didn't have a clear idea of what to do, I just winged it. I was like, all right, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
So 4 years go by. There you go.
But it's really high, I mean.
Hey, pretty baby with the high heels on. You give me fever like I've never ever known. You're just the product of a lovely day. I like the groove of your walk, your talk, your dress. You give your fever from miles around. I'll pick you up in my car and we'll paint the town. Just kiss me, baby, and tell me twice that you're the one for me, the way you make me feel. You really turn me good, you really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby.
Off my feet.
Lonely days are gone, lonely days are gone. Ooh, I like being the evening. I'm in ecstasy, I'll be working from 9 to 5. Okay, think about my life, never had so in love before.
Okay,
all right.
That was awesome. That was awesome. That was really cool. So, what else can I say? For the end, just, listeners, wash hands, wear masks, be safe. And here we're Alex and me, Rapolas, and thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you for listening to Rapolas and to me, I guess.
Yeah. So thank you very much, guys.
Stay
safe, and bye.
Bye-bye.